Good evening, everyone from New York City. We're expecting a pretty good-sized snowstorm to come in. Forecasts are calling for 3 to 5 inches, and then there was another one that said 5 to 6. So I guess 5 inches is the average. Supposedly it's going to start at any time now. It's Saturday, February 8th, 2025. The time is about 7:30 p.m. Temperature is 31 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius. And we're starting off here on 21st Street in Astoria, Queens. I think maybe we could continue walking on 21st Street because there's a pretty big street here, and there's also a city sanitation garage not too far from here. Maybe we could see them mobilizing. I already saw 2 trucks going north on 21st Street. Josie is saying it's going to start in 15 minutes. It says on the weather app. I saw mine, it said 25 minutes, so like I said, any moment now we should start seeing the snow if the forecasts are true. From what I heard, it's snowing already. Look at the headlights. It's starting already. We didn't even have to wonder when the snow is coming. Well, there's your answer. The snow is here already. And let me just readjust this gimbal. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't moving the way I expected it to. All right, I even feel the snow. So, snow is here already, not even a minute or two into the live stream. Well, anyway, I was watching some weather forecasts. They said this storm has like some kind of a wiggle, and if it wiggles slightly to the south, New York City is going to get more snow, but the areas north of the city, like the Hudson Valley, are going to get more. They were calling for 5 to 8 inches in the Hudson Valley, but 3 to 5 maybe here, 5 to 6 depending which weather station you're watching. But oh look, here's a sanitation truck with a big snowplow. They're mobilizing already. And here's another one. Oh, here's a bus. The buses even have chains on the back wheels. Well, this one doesn't. It's not in service. But I saw some buses that were in service that had chains on the back wheels. Supposedly, the heaviest snow is going to come around midnight, I believe. And this storm is not supposed to stop until the early morning, say like 3 or 4 a.m. Look at the snow coming down already. I can already feel it dripping on my jacket. I guess I caught the right time to catch the beginning of this snowstorm. I think at some point I'm going to open my umbrella. I don't want to get wet like a wet rag. Bob's asking, oh, he's saying that some ice could mix in later tonight. Yeah, they were saying maybe like a small layer of ice. Here comes the police cop. They're making good speed. Deborah, my feet are doing better. It's strong enough for me to pretty much do my daily activities without much discomfort or pain, but it's not 100% better yet. Rose's Pizza on the corner here is pretty decent. Oh, here's a bus with chains on the back wheels. Adam asking, when do the salt trucks come? They come before and during the storm. Many of these roads are already pre-salted. And I know the way the city does it, they have a map of the entire city and which streets are prioritized to be salted more frequently than others. I think they call them like primary streets, and then there's secondary and tertiary streets. This one right here, 21st Street, this is a primary street because as you can see, it's very busy and it's a major bus route. The busier bus routes, they're more likely to be primary streets, which get priority from the city for salting and plowing. Well, you can bet that many of the sanitation workers are going to be working overtime today and into tomorrow. I was watching some videos. Places like Home Depot are very busy right now because people are buying shovels and getting salt. And not to mention, also tomorrow is the Super Bowl, the big football game, or American football game. The sanitation garage is a few blocks from here. Got McDonald's. With the drive-through. Adam says lucky the snow is going to stop. Plenty of time to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, if your priorities are watching the Super Bowl, then you'll have time to clean up and get ready for it, because that happens in the afternoon. And if you see here, there's many drivers who put up their windshield wipers like this so they don't freeze to the windshield when it gets icy. I know many drivers are unfamiliar why people put up their windshield wipers like this, especially if you live in warmer climates, but quite often you see people doing this. Here's another one. I'm sure City Fresh Market across the street is busy, even with their $12 a dozen eggs. Starting to come down a little bit heavier. Gas prices at Mobil across the street are $3.05 per gallon for regular. Super is $4.15. There's another sanitation truck being deployed. The winds aren't really that strong yet. I don't know how fast that's going to be picking up. Winds can also affect snowfall totals too, because they get blown to one direction or another. Oftentimes you'll see like one side of the street barely get any snow, and then the other side gets all the snow. I don't know how late Burger King's gonna stay open, as well as Popeyes. Adam, it's mainly just snow right now. As you can see, it's still very light. The snow just started about 10 minutes ago. You know, I think I'm gonna put my umbrella up now. I'll put this down here so you can watch the snow come down while I get my umbrella out. I don't want to get soaked like a wet rag. You may not get wet at first, but if you're walking around for an hour, even like half an hour, all that is going to get seeped in and you're going to feel it. Come on, open. There we go. Much better. This is picking up faster than I thought. On my umbrella, it kind of feels like raindrops now, but it's snow. Hero Kiki saying smart moose thing, dry is key. Yeah, it is. Especially because of my foot injury too. I really feel damp conditions a lot more now in that foot. And I'll also try to like limit my total time outside, because a few days ago I was finished recovering from chilblains, so I know my feet are susceptible to that also. Here you can see the snow start to accumulate on this car already, the back of this car, and also in the tree bed. So this is going to stick, folks. Already we have this much snow. And the ground is already accumulating with snow too. Yvonne says Sifat's recovering from a bad cold and flu. I know, he's been going through a lot too, and we've been in constant contact. Thankfully he's doing a lot better now than earlier in the week, but his voice is still affected. Kind of similar to when I got sick up in Canada about 2 years ago, and I started feeling better way before my voice did. The next block is where the sanitation garage is. Let's see what's going on with the city sanitation garage. To be honest, I don't think we'll see many trucks inside at all, because they've all already been assigned to go out. I do see some sanitation trucks in the back there with the flashing lights. There's like 4 or 5 of them already that I can see. Adam's asking where do they keep the salt and sand. This is one of the facilities where they do it, right here, the city sanitation garage on 21st Street. Look at this, they have plenty of sanitation trucks ready. It looks like a line. Maybe it's one line to get outfitted with a snowplow and then get sent off to wherever their assigned route is. Well, look in the back there, they have snow plows. I'm going to zoom into them. Right there in the back. So they have extras to assign to trucks. There's a sanitation truck now. I actually think New York City is very ingenious to put these snow plows on the sanitation trucks. It definitely saves a lot of money and resources, because to buy trucks with dedicated snow plows and find space for them to store it isn't really as practical. But with this, they just turn the garbage truck into a snowplow. They can collect garbage at the same time they're plowing snow. Granted, it's not as efficient as a dedicated truck to plow snow, but it's definitely ingenious. Maybe we could turn right here and see where they're exiting. Good thing it's cold right now. I can't really smell the garbage as well. Look, there's still leftover garbage that hasn't been emptied. I don't know if these trucks have their garbage emptied before the plows are put on, or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's good because there's extra weight on the plow, on the truck. These are the heroes of New York City tonight. New York City sanitation. Plenty of them. They're going to be working all night to keep our city safe and clear for the roads and the emergency vehicles. So much respect to New York City sanitation. They put salt too. No, they actually don't. They have special salt spreaders for that. Another sanitation truck on the streets, clearing the snow. Now, they're not going to plow when the snow's this shallow, but when there's going to be like an inch or two on the ground, that's when you're going to see them. Here's just a empty truck with no plow. Wonder if they're going to outfit this truck with a plow eventually, or I don't know. And why don't we walk through here? Look at this, it's like a whole assembly line of sanitation trucks. Mark A, yes. This is the Ravenswood public housing area. Wow, you can get a real good view of the city's sanitation operation from here. Look at this, what an operation. One truck after the other. These are the heroes of New York City tonight. Oftentimes, the sanitation department is a thankless job because people take it for granted, but these are the people who keep the city moving. Whoa, look at this. They have an entire shelf of snowplows here, ready to outfit on these trucks. I guess this is where they take the plows off the shelf and put them on the trucks. Adam, I don't think this might be a facility where they store salt. They do have salt sheds, but this isn't a sanitation facility where they have salt or salt spreaders. These are just garbage trucks and snow plows. Get a great view of the sanitation facility from here through this fence. I will admit it smells a little bit like garbage, but it's still not that bad. The snow definitely keeps the air clean. Is this snow or rain? It feels like it might be both, actually, now that you mention it. It's a mix of snow and rain. Look at this. 2 sanitation trucks on the way. It's actually a great angle here. This 3. This actually might be a good thumbnail for later. Very inspiring to see the sanitation trucks out here like this.
Wait, 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 wait.
It's about time, because if you wait too long, you're gonna get frostbite. Look at this. This is fresh snow. I can make some fresh footprints on this. And you can see the footprints from my shoe. And even over here. Oh, and these shoes that I'm wearing right now, this is the last time I'm going to be wearing them, because after this storm I'm putting them in the garbage. These shoes I've worn out too much already. It's already got holes, and I figured, why not use them one last time for this snowstorm? So even if it gets damp and wet and whatever, doesn't matter. It's going in the trash. I don't want to step on this metal plate. It might be very slippery. You know, these shoes, I've already extended them to last the entirety of 2024 until now. These are the same shoes I wore in Asia. And the reason why I can wear these shoes so long is because I got them repaired, and also I broke my foot in August, so there was a period of like 2 to 3 months where I wasn't really using them that heavily, and when I couldn't walk properly, I was only using it on one foot too. Heavy Metal says, dang, that's a lot of miles, even with the repair and the foot injury. Yeah, I'd like to know how much I've walked on these shoes in terms of mileage and everything. this isn't the heaviest snow yet. That's going to happen, I think, in the early morning, midnight, 1 or 2 a.m. Yeah, Donna, I'm gonna not stay out as long as I normally do. I don't want my feet to freeze up again and get chilblains or frostbite. That was an uncomfortable few days to walk when I had the chilblains. Basically, my toes swelled up a little bit and it felt very tender to walk on. Here's Huncho's Halal Spot. They opened up in the summertime. It was actually my friend John Barr who got me a platter from here, and they're pretty decent. Really good spot. Whoa! These sanitation trucks, they can sneak up on you when you least expect them to. Don't dump on, don't litter in, don't mess with New York. That's the slogan on the side of the truck. Why don't we head up to Broadway? It'll be a busier street. Andrew Benjamin is not a fan of that weather. This store used to be Walgreens, but they closed up a while ago. Let's see what it looks like now. Is there anything left in there? Steven says your daughter worked there. I used to come to this Walgreens too, and even drop off FedEx packages because Walgreens accepts FedEx. Speaking of FedEx, I'm not happy with the way they handled my package yesterday. I checked the tracking information when they said your delivery is delayed, and then I look at it, they took a picture of the building across the street when they try to deliver it. Wow, look at this. We have a thin layer of snow on all these parked cars now, as well as the bike lane. It's even getting a little bit harder to walk now because I have less traction. Cycling when it's snowy like this is tricky as well. The tires have less traction. I know many cyclists, they switch to studded tires, which use like nails in the tire for more traction. The same concept as you saw earlier when they had the chains on the back wheel for the buses. The bikes that don't really perform as well in this weather are the road bikes with the skinny tires. Those you could slip and fall very easily. It's better to use something like a mountain bike or a hybrid. They also have bikes called fat bikes, which have really wide tires. Those can even handle cycling on sand and mud. I thought about going into Midtown Manhattan for this live stream, but I don't think the snow would have accumulated as fast in Manhattan as compared to here. There you have more skyscrapers and a lot of like extra structures blocking the snow from coming down and hitting the sidewalks and the streets. Here's a business owner spreading salt. What the salt does is it lowers the melting point of water, so it takes a much colder temperature to freeze and become ice. Oh, why did they have the windshield wipers up in the snow? Well, I explained it earlier in the stream, but that's to prevent the windshield wipers from freezing to the windshield. You don't want to do that all the time, only when there's a threat of ice or snow coming, because that can actually damage the joints and the mechanism for the windshield wipers. They're very sensitive and they have the spring, so Yes, Adam, New York City subway indeed has windshield wipers because many subway lines they still go outside. Just as this one coming up on the N and W line. Even these delivery people are prepared for the snow. They're using bar mitts to keep their hands warm. JP, I don't think I'm heading into Manhattan right now. As you can see, the main street doesn't really have snow accumulating as much as the sidewalk here. And that's because the streets, they're pre-salted. It's going to take a little bit longer for the snow to accumulate there. Look at that delivery driver. They've got plastic bags on their handlebars. I remember doing that too. It may seem silly, but it keeps your hands warm. Let's see how the MTA is preparing for the snow here. Do they salt the staircase? Usually they do. Yep, plenty of salt on the staircase so people don't slip and fall. Trains seem to be running every 5 to 10 minutes still. I'll say one thing about the subway system. I remember a few years back they were terrible with snow and ice removal. But now I see them salting a lot more and clearing the snow and ice a lot sooner. I remember going into some subway stations, they're a slushy mess. And I'm afraid to I'm gonna break my neck or break any bone going down those stairs. So I'm glad the MTA is doing something right. Thanks to Malcolm Jazz TV Hey Action Kid, love watching your content. Keep up good work. Thanks so much. You're planning to go to New York City this summer in December during Christmas? Perfect. I hope you have a great time here. It's coming down a lot more now. And look at all these delivery scooters right here at Bahari. Look at this. Bar mitts and plastic bags on the handlebars. So they're prepared. Yeah, Laurie, I remember the staircases used to be full of snow and they weren't cleared that well. I even knew a few people who fell because of hazardous staircases from the MTA and the subway system. They were actually able to win against the MTA too for injuries. Another sanitation truck out, and this is the problem you have here. You got entitled drivers who double park and they make it a lot harder for everybody, including the sanitation drivers. I actually would have no sympathy if a garbage truck has, or the sanitation truck, that person almost slipped and fell. If the sanitation truck has nowhere to go and they have to like physically push a car out of the way, it's the same thing with people who block fire hydrants and there's a fire going on. You know what the fire department does sometimes? They break the car's windows and they put the hose through the windows so that the hose is as straight as it can be. You can tell which business salted and which didn't. Now these are very thick salt pieces. It kind of looks like rocks. You know, the snow is coming down now much harder. Take a look. This is all snow now, no more sleet or rain. we actually have pretty decent sized snowflakes now. Even the streets now, look at this. They're starting to accumulate. I remember earlier in the live stream where I said some streets are primary and some are secondary. This is Broadway here. You can see still the black top. But then when you look at 34th Street here, side street, there's much more snow. And the city didn't really salt this as much as Broadway. Look, I even got snow on my microphone already. It looks like a furry thing of snow, and I got snow over here on this arm, even with an umbrella. Oh, Mark, I love these gloves. They're heated gloves. So they'll keep me warm. Hopefully the snow doesn't affect my equipment that much. I'm afraid water is going to seep into the charging ports. Thanks, Tall32 guy, $4.99. Finally made a live stream. My town looks like New York City right now. Thank you for sharing with us. Appreciate it, Tall32 guy. Thank you so much. You know, the snow is actually substantial now. It's a nice footprint there. Yeah, Sean, it is sticking well here. And to think I've only been walking around for an hour now, and all this snow already accumulated. You just hope we don't get 5 to 6 inches. 2 to 3 is good. We'll see. They're saying 3 to 5 inches. Another station says 5 to 7. So who knows? I do know that the further north you are, like the Hudson Valley, you're gonna get more snow.
I'm watching you right here.
Hey!
I just wanted to come say a quick hello.
Yes!
I found you online. I'm like, yo, he's right near my house. I just wanted to say a quick hello.
Alright, man.
Hello, world. It's snowing here. We'll be fine.
Yep,
God
we'll
bless.
be fine.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Alright. Got a viewer coming out here in the snow to greet us. It's actually quite fun now. Hey, Offs Fly Girl. You just checked the weather. Heavy snow in an hour. Ooh, man. I think it sounds like it might even be a good time for me to make a video then, if there's heavy snow. It feels like I have like a snowflake on my lens. Let me check. Yeah, I do. I have some water. I think that cleared it up. I think we definitely got a lot more snow than last year, or I should say last season. West Coast Walker asked if I could make a video while live streaming. I mean, I guess I could, but it'll be a lot more work. I'll have to find somewhere to mount this camera and hold the other one. I could feel the salt walking across the street here. The big crunch. Whoa, look at this. You can't even see the windshield anymore. Wow, this is crazy. It's getting very slippery now. I'll show you the traction. Look at this. Whoa! That's... You gotta be really careful. But as I said before, these shoes are going straight into the trash after I'm done with this snowstorm. They've outlived themselves. Actually, a pretty fitting way to get rid of these shoes. One last big snowstorm walk and it's trashed. Man, it is coming down. Look at this. The only black you see are from the tire tracks. I wonder how good the stroller performs. I guess not that well in the snow. That's a sign to go home. I feel bad for the child in the stroller. Or maybe they're enjoying it because they don't know any better. It's the intersection of Steinway Street and Broadway. Even Steinway Street, this is a primary street. You can see a good layer of snow already. Speaking of which, I don't know if the city was able to respond to my pothole complaint on this block before the snowfall came in. You can actually hear my footsteps now crunching in the snow. All right, the van started up. It took a while, but it started. I was afraid that it wouldn't start. You wonder how much snow we'll see in the morning? I'm curious too. GameStop. This is going to be hard to pull through the snow. The grocery wagon. Bob says you don't see a shoe or boot in my equipment. That's because I don't like to recommend shoes because everyone's feet is different. No one foot is the same. You'll have to find shoes that are specific to your needs. From what I remember, the potholes were like somewhere around here, near this parking lot. But with the snow covering it, we're not going to be able to tell anyway if they were filled in or not. Yeah, we got another snowflake on the lens. That is a little bit better. Yeah, they were like somewhere over here, I remember. Those big square cuts that had dirt on the bottom, and they were pretty deep. Man, listen to my footsteps here. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, there's a pothole. There's another one. I actually think that car was driving a little bit too fast with this. Can lose traction very easily driving. Yeah, a bunch of you saying the dude's driving way too fast. Not a very smart thing to do. But that's the world for you. There's a lot of people who lack enough brain cells to make smart decisions. Thanks Edward Boos for $9.99. Be safe out there, Action Kid. Huge fan of yours. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Where are the sanitation trucks on Steinway Street? I don't think we've seen one yet. This sound of the snow is just music to my ears. I'm gonna be quiet so you can hear my footsteps.
Bullshit.
It's actually pretty fun. It's like crunch, 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 crunch. Many of these cars are completely covered now from the windshields and the roof. I think someone tried to draw on this car. Yeah, someone tried to draw on this one too. This owner put up their windshield wipers. This bus has got chains on the back, guaranteed. This is the speed that drivers should really be going at when it's snowing. Not like that other guy who is just flying. Wow, over here the snow is extra crunchy. Those cracks in the sidewalk, you really got to be careful of. Here, there's like untouched snow here. I'm gonna crunch this up. Let's do it. Snowball fight. Oh. Oh no. Hello. Yeah, they look like Pomeranians. I remember squeaky brakes on a bike in this kind of weather. Here we've got Chick Rocks, the newest chicken restaurant in Astoria. They still have their grand opening special. Last day's tomorrow, February 9th. I thought this place was decent, but they do need some improvement. Chick Rocks. Iridia says I should have worn boots. No, these are the last time I'm going to wear these shoes, and then they're going to be thrown out. No need to wear boots now. These shoes are already outlasted a lot longer than what I wanted them to. Yeah, Funky Child 718 mini star is no longer around. It's been replaced with Chick Rocks. Look at the streets now, all covered with snow. Hard to see any blacktop now. Up, they're already shoveling. I don't know how more difficult it's gonna be if they wait longer to shovel versus now. Still haven't really seen the plows out here yet on Steinway Street or 30th Avenue. I think this place is going to be busy tomorrow for the Super Bowl. Speaking of which, I wonder how the Super Bowl is going to handle the snow. I don't even know if snow is coming to Philadelphia, where the Super Bowl is being played. They should be able to clear out all that snow before tomorrow night's game. Oh, the Super Bowl's in New Orleans? I thought it was in Philadelphia for some reason. Well, there won't be any snow there then. Yeah, I'm not that big of a sports fan, as you could tell. The reason why I got confused, because I think I put in on Google, it said at Philadelphia, so I was assuming it's in Philadelphia. Yeah, this is why I was confused. Take a look. I put in Super Bowl, and it says Chiefs at Eagles, so I'm assuming at is at their home stadium, but I guess it makes sense that it's not in Philadelphia, because you might have some Chiefs fans who are disappointed that it's not. It'll be a unfair advantage, right, for the final game, the most important game of the NFL. Thanks, Dave One, for $7. Appreciate the support. All right. Well, I learned something about football. You just can't assume that because Google says it's at somewhere, the home team, and you know that team's from that city or place, that's not the stadium they're going to be playing at. So there definitely won't be snow in New Orleans. Oh, look at this car. It's completely covered with snow now. Hey, your car's all snowed up.
All snowed up.
Yeah. Joe says be careful with the snow on your foot. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. Before you drive in that, you have to clear out the windshield and everything. You're not going to be able to see where you're driving. I know cops can actually fine drivers for having an excessive amount of snow and ice on their car because it's dangerous. I remember driving on the highway and seeing like chunks of snow and ice coming off someone's car, and I was like, man, that's so dangerous. Imagine if a big chunk of ice came out of a car in front of you going like 60 miles an hour. That could certainly be dangerous. I think I'm actually going to wrap up this live stream on the next block. I'll get myself a nice hot apple cider from United Brothers. Hey, what's up? Adam says get something warm. Yep, this place is amazing. They have the apple bar and they got like fresh fruit juices and smoothies, apple cider. And they're open 24 hours too. Okay. The Apple House Juice Bar. Look at this. Any of these I can get. Apple tea with mango, ginger cloves, strawberry. Alright everyone, I'm going to wrap up my live stream here, get a nice hot drink, warm up, and then probably make a video again once we have some more snow coming down. I appreciate all of you watching. Hit the like button for me, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later folks, signing out from New York City where it's snowing. We'll see how much snow we get tomorrow, but possibly 6-7 inches, who knows, maybe 3 inches. At the rate it's falling now, I think we're going to get more than 3 inches.